Mic check 1 2 1 2. What up, YouTube? This is GeoStealth R1, and hopefully you guys are up and early on the West Coast. I'm over here on the East Coast, and roughly at the time we're looking at, it should be 8 o'clock around your time. And Lord knows if you're around the world, it should be definitely different hours that you have available. BMX Kid, what's going on? You are number one. Let me go. Good morning, RC Steven. Let me pull back the camera a little bit. Get you guys a little bit of a better view so I could just have a discussion on these mini Z's. Ron, what's going on? Dark Knight, what's up? Marco Polo, what's up, bro? So if you guys are just joining, this is going to be a discussion on mini Z racing, what mini Z racing can be done, you know, in your neck of the woods if you plan to even attempt to start doing mini Z racing in your neighborhood, or even building up your own track. Let me see. JB3RC. Oh, you're heading to the mini Z racing in DC area. Awesome. I'm glad people are able to have mini Z tracks available to go to. Anyway, I'm going to go into a quick discussion, stuff that I'm going to be acquiring within the next couple of weeks, and stuff that if you just start getting into mini Z racing, stuff I believe you should buy once you start getting into the hobby of KYOSHO mini Z racing. Or there are a lot of other companies out there that do mini Z racing, so it's pretty cool. Lewis, what's going on? So I'm just gonna wait for a little bit more people to come in, and I'll just go over a quick discussion of what you should have. Jack Chase 79, what's going on? And I'll go into more of a discussion of what you should have once you do start getting into mini Z racing. So that being said, and I'm going to be talking about other RC stuff, so if you have questions, just leave a comment below and I'll be able to assist you with that. Alright, so what is KYOSHO mini Z racing? So basically this is what a mini Z looks like. This is my own little custom mini Z brushed motor. And D-Tech, what's going on? Well, finally, mini Z, yeah. So I'm just going to go into discussing about mini Zs and stuff like that. This is my brushed mini Z. You can acquire one from around, I would say, $150 and up. With that, I don't know how it is in euros or the denominations that are out there. So this is something that, you know, a lot of guys are getting into, because a lot of guys who do racing during the summer are not able to get into a track that's an indoor track during the winter time, and they end up doing a lot of mini Z racing, and they just started doing mini Z racing at my hobby shop once again, and that's at Hobby Heroes in New York. So what should you have on a mini Z racing? So as you can see from the size of my hand, this is the size of the RC. Now don't get too don't think this is a inexpensive RC, because primarily a lot of these mini Z cars cost more than a lot of, you know, slashes that are hooked up and everything like that. So that being said, I will crack open my mini Z hood, and this is right here, and I'll go over the things that I have on my mini Z and stuff that you should get, you should not get, and the types of upgrades and the different types of races that are out there right now. So this is my heavily modified mini Z RC. Let me focus in on this a little bit if I can. I don't even know if I'm able to focus on live, but this is my mini Z RC. Primarily there's a lot of aluminum parts. A lot of the aluminum parts that I upgraded is from Route 246, and there's many aluminum parts that are relatively available for that. So primarily what you're doing is, when you do buy this stock, it does come with a body, it does come with a controller, but most of the components are plastic. It's up to you to start upgrading as many aluminum parts as you desire to. There's a lot of companies that are doing that right now. One company in particular is PN Racing, another company is Route 246, and there's a few other companies that are out there. Now there are different types of tires that you can set this up. It's pretty much like driving a 1/8 scale or a 1/10 scale RC, just customizing the way the drive is. The suspension, I mean, they have independent suspension that's available out there. It's like $100. But you know, I have a lot of carbon fiber parts, a lot of aluminum parts. I ended up having to upgrade the ball bearings, the steering. That's my tachometer to give me the laps over there. Oil, diff lube. I mean, this is a brushed 70 turn motor. As you can see, I did my little famous wire meshes on there. I believe these are PN wheels on KYOSHO tires. So a lot of intricate things. Oh, and I do have titanium screws all over this RC. I have a weighted front. This is the different types of suspension for the rear, for the sway. I'm at a 3, and I do pretty soft on the front for the steering stability on the RC itself. But let me come across, now that I just gave you an introduction of what my RC is all about, these are the things that you're going to start to acquire once you do get into the Mini Z racing. So primarily, you're going to need a charging station. So basically, these RCs take 4 AAA batteries. This is the usual charging station that I utilize right here from Orion. I'm not too sure if they produce these anymore, but these are the ones that I use. I utilize 2 of them, and these are the batteries that I use as well. I'll crack open my battery case from PN Racing as well. I'll go with my more higher powered batteries. So these are my Orion's SHOs. I don't know if you can see that. Here's the weird thing about live. You can't really focus on primarily what you're looking at right now. But these are the 750 SHOs. It packs a lot more punch than a relative 800, 900 or an 800 that I have over there. But the battery life lasts shorter. You'll get more punch on the RC, but the battery life does shrink itself down. So batteries, rechargeable batteries and a rechargeable battery station is things that you want to have. Primarily, you should have your own little tech station. This is also by PN Racing. That's my little tech station. This is my carbon fiber tech station. If you guys have done Mini Zs, you'll notice that this carbon fiber tech station is very expensive. You don't need to buy this. They do make a plastic version, but I wanted to opt for the carbon fiber. Also, I do have boxes for my RCs themselves, you know, so when I put my car away, it just stays in there. It does have foam padding on both sides, so your car will be protected once you're in there. The types of tools that you're going to be utilizing. You do get tools with your little package, but you want precision tools. I mean, a lot of people like MIP. Me, I preferably go with the PN, and these are cut so tight on the ends, worth every penny, you know, when you have these in your arsenal. So other things that you're going to be utilizing is that you're going to have to be able to set up your RC the way you want to set it up. There's different types of tires that are set up for there. There's different types of lube that are set up for there. I mean, I have, in another case within my tech bag, I have, well, this is a discharge station. This in actuality is from PN Racing as well. This will discharge your batteries to almost dead, and then when you charge them up, the batteries will stay really, really hot and charged, and it will be excellent for a race. Something recommended for you to do. These are little things that I have. I have grease for my damper. I have another ball diff grease as well. And I also have, which as you can see it's in plastic, I have cleaner and for my bearings, which you need that once you start racing as much as I do, because primarily what happens is that if you do not have that cleaner, you want your bearings to run smooth as possible, especially when you're on the track. You want your bearings nice and smooth. So other things, my recommendation, this tech kit I ended up getting from Harbor Freight. I don't know if too many of you guys have Harbor Freight around where you live at, but it's around 30 bucks for the tech kit. You can't go wrong with that. Also, a lot of people are starting to get into Mini Z racing, which is a cool aftermarket thing to do when you have guys available. Oh, you got the same case? All right. It's really cool to have a good friend, Aaron. You guys know him as DJ Medic. Also, you know him as RC Spark Studios, RC Adventures. He in actuality got his whole crew in Canada Mini Z racing right now, which is a cool thing. I have been invited to go to Canada to bring my RC out there. Um, I'm hoping I can do that sooner than later because it would be cool to collaborate my collections and the stuff that I could bring out there with him and just learn a little bit about him. I'll teach him a little bit about this stuff and definitely get something going with that. So hopefully that's in the works. I travel a lot, so me going to Canada wouldn't be too much of a big deal for me. I'd be able to see his wife, his son, which would definitely be a cool thing to interact. And that would be my own personal RC adventure coming in from New York all the way to Canada. So hopefully I could do that as sooner than later, if anything. I'm trying to I'm gonna be doing my channel more and more. Like I said, I usually take my breaks during the summertime, but now I'm like full blown into the RC right now. I just left BROKEN HOBBIES yesterday, last night, so I'm starting to check out a few things. I am getting a new Mini Z, which will be a brushless Mini Z, which will be a lot faster. If you guys ever check out the races, go on my YouTube channel, check out the races. You'll notice the difference between a brushed edition and a brushless. A lot faster, a lot better control on those type of RCs. That being said, this controller that I have here is pretty cool. This is from KYOSHO. This is the KT432PT. Very cool controller to control your brushed Mini Z, but this is my 2.4 gigahertz type controller, which is the FHS or the FHSS type controller. The problem with this is that I cannot control any of the brushless or the all-wheel drive Mini Z racing. So now I have to come across and buy a new controller. There's a new controller that just came out from KYOSHO. I'll do an unboxing video with that very soon. Once I do get that, it just came out. It's the R edition upgrade. I'm able to control, I believe it's MHS and the ASF frequencies. And what does that mean? It's just a different type of frequency that you're able to control your Mini Z's on. But on the brush system, like the brushed motors, the brushed systems, I cannot control it with that type of controller. So that's primarily what I'm looking at, when I start doing more and more configurations with racing, because when I do the races, I only can race in the brushed circuit. I can't go to brushless, nor I cannot go to the all-wheel drive circuit. So hopefully within the next, I would say, couple of weeks, you'll see the controller, which that will be an unveil very soon. And then I'm still waiting for the customized Pro Edition brushless Mini Z, which is on back order, which will be coming in the next couple of weeks, and I'll do an unboxing like that, all the upgrades and stuff for that. So stay tuned for that. Other things recommended: once you do get yourself set up, you don't have to buy everything all at once. Basically, when you do buy your Mini Z, these are the 3 things that you're going to have to buy immediately once you buy the RC. You're going to have to buy tires immediately. That's one of the first things you do. You need your charging station and your batteries. That's it, because remember, these come with controllers. These are ready to run. Okay, once you do that, then you start changing out to the next step. Number 3, start changing out drivability for your RC. The ball diff has to be installed, and then if you want the different type of engine mounts, the type of springs that you want to utilize, there are many things that you need to do with the Mini Z. And once you start getting it all said and done, you're spending hundreds upon hundreds of dollars on an RC this small. Think about it. It's in the palm of my hand. This will cost more than a Slash Ultimate, easily. I know guys out there that their Mini Zs could range around $1,000 easily. That's without the controller. That's without the controller, and it starts getting more and more in depth with that. What else that you need to know about the Mini Z racings? They come across and they have different types of bodies for their Mini Zs. Their bodies, this is hard plastic, but they're very customizable, extremely customizable. Once you do want to paint them, they do come in white. But if you get a factory edition Mini Z, the bodies will run you around $50 to $60. But they are so detailed, it's insane on how detailed they really are when you look at the way these things are done by KYOSHO. KYOSHO does that, extremely, extremely, extremely well. You're gonna start to get more and more parts and stuff like that. This is the little chart that I have on the ratios, on tire ratios and everything like that. That's something that I have over there. I don't think I have anything in the back. I doubt it. Probably a few parts and stuff like that. But these are a few things that you are going to be doing with Mini Z's. Now, if you are in the tri-state area of New York, every Friday at Hobby Heroes / Bruckner Hobbies, we do racing. You can come there during the week, but Friday night, I believe it starts at 8 o'clock and it ends till probably 11:30, 12 o'clock, and guys are hanging out over there. There's a lot of people over there. I'm going to be doing live videos very soon over there. Special thanks to Danny and Tom at Hobby Heroes for allowing me to film over there and starting to getting more and more people into the Mini Z racing. I will be posting live videos of these races that are happening over there. Some of the announcers are really, really, really funny. Sometimes I do announcements on these Mini Z racings. Sometimes you have a guy, an extremely excellent racer, Ray Boogie. He'll come across. He's very funny on the microphone. Anthony goes on the mic. We have another guy named Breadman. So it's definitely fun on that. So that being said, let me get over a few questions because I see a whole bunch of stuff coming in. Is your workstation a Cobalt? No, I don't even know what it is. I got it from Harbor Freight. I got it at 20% off. 20% off. It was really $85, and I built it myself, and it took me a couple of hours, but definitely worth it. Lewis P, I'm thinking about getting one. If you are gonna get one, get yourself the mini ready to run. They do sell tracks. And if you get like 2 or 3 guys together, man, you'll be able to race on there, and then hopefully you can build yourself up to like a 1/10 or 1/8 scale type race. RC Hampton, what's going on? Hey, man, because of you, I got into Mini Z's. Awesome. RC Steven, I can't find a PN case anywhere. Go to Hobby Heroes. That's where I got all these components. They have everything for, like, realistically speaking, throughout the tri-state area, Hobby Heroes has pretty much got this thing on lock. We got guys from Connecticut, New Jersey, guys from upstate, all the way in Albany, New York. I know a guy that came from Pennsylvania just to race these RCs. And they also have a couple more Mini Z racing tracks in New Jersey as well. I got the same case. Warhawk Legend, what's going on? Hey Gio, I wanted to ask you, bashing, ask you for bashing. Do you prefer Traxxas / brushless, or the LCG? Let me see. Do I prefer the slash, four-wheel drive ACG, or the LCG, and why? Well, the HGC on the slash has a little bit more ground clearance, but the problem is that there is no stability. Even if you put the sway bar kit, it still has tendencies of flipping over. But the pro is, if you're driving that thing in the snow, that thing is definitely more stable than if you would have a slash LCG. But for stability and everything like that, for bashing, I prefer the LCG. Let me see. Dakota Rain, I spent $1,000 on my Mini Z. I wish I would have had. Well, hopefully, if you spent $1,000 on that, hopefully your thing is like boss on the track. Oh, Steven, can't wait. Okay. I'm not too sure. This looks Arabic. Hi, can you give me tips on how I can make my HPI sprint move more stable? Speed runs, because every time I try to do a speed run, I lose control on full throttle. You need better tires, definitely. You need to lower down your RC. You need to put stiffer shock oil into that. And also, you could weight the front a little bit if you want to. I bought my Mini Z VE Pro from Hobby Heroes. I'm getting the new version of the VE Pro. Let me see. Marco Polo, what kind of speed do you expect from Mini Zs? I believe the fastest one I've seen on radar was 19 miles an hour. And on a track, that is extremely fast. RC Steven, okay, great. Lewis LPRC, what does Max C can go? I just answered that. Cool, thanks. Johnny McCoy's, I used to own a Radio Shack RC mods. You know, those X mods were pretty awesome. You know, it's kind of sad that those X mods didn't take off the way they did. I think primarily a lot of people wanted to go with more intricate style upgrades with that, and KYOSHO ended up answering that type of scenario with that. Anyway, a few more things I'm going to be talking about the Mini Z's. With like I said, within the next couple of weeks, I am going to do an unveil of the type of new controller that I'm putting out there, and the type of car that's going to be coming in there. I'm probably either going to be picking up one or two. I'm not too sure, but like I said, if you do plan to get into the Mini Z racing, make sure you have a couple of friends that you could do that with. It kind of, I mean, it's cool to customize. It's cool to customize your own type of RC out there and make it look as real as possible and stuff. But you definitely want to be racing with a few guys that that you could talk smack to and, you know, give them a beating on the RC track. You know, do you have any questions about the Mini Z itself? Or any questions of RC related by itself? Anyway, I don't mind answering. Let me see. Warhawk. You probably have, well, man, this thing disappears real quick. You probably have checked out the YouTube channel, Custom Fast RC. If not, look at some of the cool customs. Yeah, you know, I definitely did check out Custom Fast RC. Definitely cool stuff that's out there. I mean, the guys that I see right now, there's one guy that I'm pretty impressed with the customization that he does. Hopefully me and him can talk one day, because you guys, if you've been watching my channel for the years that I've been doing this, I'm all about customizing. I'm all about showing people how to get stuff inexpensive, or also being the test dummy for stuff that's out there. I'll give it a yay or a nay. Bar Harbor Basher. If you never heard about him, definitely cool things that he has. Cool things out there. Another customization guy, Rockbud. Very intricate with his RCs. I'm always impressed when he does have a lot of customizations with those type of RCs that are out there. So, you know, I just wanted to give you guys a quick introduction. There's a lot of people that I know that have gotten into Mini Zs that come to Hobby Heroes and check out a few things out there. Their parts department is through the roof with that. So if you're ever able to make it there on a Friday, definitely come out there. You do not have to race. I'll even catch you on film, because I'll most likely be filming the races that are happening over there. Everybody's very cool there. If you do plan to buy a Mini Z, recommended for you not to drive it that Friday, because it's going to be strictly racing. And that's primarily it. Usually they have tournament races as well, which I do a big production on when the tournament racing happens, because they give out trophies and stuff like that. The owner is really cool, because on different types of days, depending on what day it is and what initially happens, he'll come across, and, you know, for the guys that are racing, you know, there have been occasions where he's barbecued, he's cooked hot dogs, he's had, you know, cakes and stuff like that, so fattening us up. So the owner, a little bit of history about Hobby Heroes, Broken Hobbies. The owner, realistically speaking, the hobby shop ended up having a fire, and they were closed down for like a year and change. Necessarily, he did not have to open up the hobby shop again, you know, but it was such a fixture in the community, and he's so into RCs that, you know, he ended up reopening, which he did not have to. He did not have to reopen the hobby shop, and he did. Now, I don't live in the Bronx, New York, but all the jobs that I have, like, this is Manhattan right here, and you have Jersey that's right here, and then you have Long Island that's up here, and then you have over here, which would be upstate New York, and over here would be Connecticut. So all the jobs that are around here all have to cross through BROKEN Hobbies for me to get to Long Island. So every single time I had an area to go over and hang out and just, you know, start communicating with a lot of people. And then once, you know, everybody was very skeptical about him coming back, and you know, it was a year process, or a year and change process, and the shop reopened. It's better than ever. He was able to get a track on there, and there's a lot of people that go there continuously, guys that have been going there for years. I'm talking about all spectrums. You got firefighters, police officers, I know there was a lawyer there, there's me, what I do, all different walks of life, and they're all hanging out, and they're all, you know, just just having a good time with each other. So if you're ever able to come out there, you'll definitely have an excellent experience over there. All right, let me go down. Why don't you try off-the cars? Such an off-the hyper. I've had an off-the car. I built one. If you watch my old video, which is probably video 99 or something like that, I had an offer on a GT, whatever it was, GT2. And I customized it and I gave it to a friend of mine, and I never really got into the off-the thing. But definitely great built vehicles. Traxxas RC Power, what's going on? What do you think about Tamiya mini cars? I have yet to own a Tamiya. I've only been in this hobby 5.5 years, give or take, or maybe 6 years, going on 6 years. I've never owned a Tamiya. I have 30-something cars that are fully customized. Never once owned a Tamiya. And people have talked to me about, get the lunchbox and get a whole bunch of other stuff. I've never owned a Tamiya. Not to say I'll never own one, but it would definitely be a trophy vehicle for me if I do plan to get a Tamiya. All right, Warhawk. Yeah, when you did the Mini Z racing season live last year, it was cool, man. You know, I'm glad, you know, there's not that many people that watch the Mini Z racing. One, because it is late at night and it is on the Friday, so a lot of people are doing their own thing, especially if you're an older person and you're out and about, you know, preferably, you know, like on a Saturday, I'll be, you know, if I go to a bar and everything like that, I'm hanging out, you know, because it's the weekend and stuff like that. Me checking out Mini Z racing, it's not one of the top things on my list, but you see a lot of cool things. You've seen guys cry. If you ever watch my old videos, you see guys crash. You see guys talk a lot of smack, which that is the funny part. I hope a lot of the YouTubers do cheer my little car on, because in actuality we ended up doing the tournament racing, and this car actuality made which I don't race that much, but it made it into the second place on the brushed edition place. Another racer that's out there, a retired police officer, ended up beating me, so I have the gun for him for this year, which is a cool thing. Cool people out there, man. Definitely cool people to check out. Let me see where we at. Eric Gomez used to chat with this guy and Draven back in the years, 100-mile-per-hour rushes. Days of good times. Yeah, Draven. If you watch my last live video, I gave a good history lesson on Draven 3907, and I will be contacting him within the next couple of days and see what the hell's going on with him. See what's happening. You know, check out what's happening with his life and everything like that. And hopefully everything is done. Maybe I'll do a live video with him, just going back and forth, discussing what initially happened to him in the RC community. You know. All right, let me go back. Where are we at? Marco Polo, hey brother, did you get the Fortec 2.0? Shh. Just wait and see. A1 RC Racing, whatever happened with the Traxxas X01 build? If you watch my last live, I ended up having it over here. It's pretty much complete. Let me see. Lewis LP. I have a Tamiya Wild One buggy. It was a great first hobby grade RC when it was like 13 years old. Like I said, I didn't get into this hobby, you know, and it was a whole story that I told about how I got into the hobby. But, you know, when I got into the hobby, I had no, like I said, with Geo Stealth R1 is Giovanni, my Yamaha R1, and Stealth because it's black. And it was never supposed to be an RC channel. And lo and behold, you know, you never know what life brings you with that. All right, Lewis. Let me see. Warhawk. Would you recommend Tamiya? Aggressors 2 are the best of both. That I have none, either one. So Warhawk, I can't even answer that question for you. Traxxas RC Power. The suspension upgrades are worth it on the Traxxas Rustler VXL. Yes. Yes. But the Traxxas ones are not bad. The Traxxas ones are not bad. If you want to get the, I believe that the slashes that come on the Slash Ultimate, where, you know, you don't have to use the Eclipse, get those if you are going to go with Traxxas or another company. Preferably my most fun shock that I have is the dual rated shock from Proline. But it all depends on what you're doing with your rustler. If you're doing speed runs, it doesn't really matter because what you're doing is eliminating the shock for it to stay low and for you to come across and do speed runs. If you are bashing around with it, definitely good to upgrade your shocks with that. Let me see. Eric Gomez, hell yeah. Danny, hey, yeah, I went there a couple months ago and purchased stuff for my Axial 10 2, which is cool. The owner is cool. This guy willing to help you with anything you need. The guy is definitely willing to help you with anything you need. If you're able to come across and, I've known them for a while now. When I first started with the hobby, I had hobby shops that were out in Long Island that have closed down, which is the sad thing. Hobby shops are closing down a lot. I had a hobby shop which was the first hobby shop that closed down was Action Hobbies that I know about. They closed down. Elwood Hobbies, which is another cool hobby shop that was with Ralph. They closed down. I'm trying to remember. There was another one that closed down as well. But that's 3 hobby shops that have went down and out. There are pros and cons to buying on the internet, gentlemen and ladies. The pro is, you do get a better price. I mean, depending on which hobby shop that you go to, you have a lot of hobby shops that work with you. But the thing is that, a lot of these places that are selling on the internet are not taxing you. That's why there's a big petition to start taxing on sites like eBay and everything like that. But that being said, to me, the hobby shop is somewhere where you can go and just, have a great camaraderie with a lot of guys that are into the same thing that you have. Now, I know a lot of guys that were going to like Action Hobbies and Elwood Hobbies and all the other hobby shops. All of them are displaced. Why? I mean, they're friends amongst each other they'll get together and anything like that. But there is no place to meet up and talk and sit down and just BS for a couple of hours and stuff and just go off each other of tips and tricks of what initially needs to be done with the hobby. So that being said, when you get the opportunity, support your local hobby shop. We do not want these small businesses to close down, because then if that happens, then where are you going to hang out, other than meeting up with 1 or 2 friends and stuff like that. I mean, I can get people to come to like an event, me and a good friend of mine, Everyday RC, Chris, we can go get people to go there. But if there's no, you want to go there, grab something, hold it, check it out. This is the cool thing to get, but these hobby shops go down, it's over. You have nowhere to go. I mean, the best hobby shops that I've been to, let me see. We have Hobby Heroes, Broken on Hobbies. We have Willis Hobbies, which is in Mileola, New York. They're huge. There's like 2 levels. You guys must have seen a lot of videos on that. They let you hold their hobbies. Ken over there is really, really awesome. Then we have one that's as far east as I know, Bayshore Hobbies, which is Long Island and stuff like that. But there's a lot of other hobby shops that are out there that I just don't know about off the top of my head. But definitely support your local hobby shops. I can't reiterate that, more than enough, All right. Where are we at? Tap Money. Monfordale 1. Definitely one of me and that guy have known each other for years. I've seen him between him doing his tattoos, him with his dog, him doing the RC stuff, him doing, pretty much everything, even when, he had to get surgery and everything like that. Definitely check out his channel, support your channels out there. But, I always like, checking out his stuff. He has a lot of cool speed runs that he comes out there and does that. So definitely check him out. Okay, Traxxas RC Power, thank you. Warhawk Legend 69, I was saying, you would recommend these 2 Tamiyas. Okay. I thought you were asking me for the differences between the 2 Tamiyas. All right, I'll definitely check it out. I know Willis Hobbies has them all lined up on the top, so maybe when I do a live video, I might pick up one. Where is Ripsaw? Well, if you guys, let me see, where are you? He's right next to me. He doesn't have the body yet, but there he is. There it is, my E-Revo. It's a little beat up right now. Which diff is it? Is it the rear or the front? Either the rear or the front diff is broken. So that got beat up when I went to the beach. So Ripsaw is still there. It's cool that you know the names. Warhawk Legend. We've only had one hobby shop in our town. Yep, protect that hobby shop as much as you can. A lot of people where I live say that the fastest RC off-road one RC Armor Typhoon because of diff gears and unlike no. Well, I wouldn't put too much investments into Armor. If you're reading upon what I'm reading upon as of late, stuff might be going down very soon. That's allegedly. So let me see. Warhawk, the new Armor Talon is looking good. That's that 70 mile per hour thing, right? Yeah, it looks pretty awesome, I think. Did you say 50th anniversary Mini Z? To race with the hobby heroes. Not too sure. I'll find out. You know, because they're very communicative with that. Marco Polo, come on, Gio. Abusing Ripsaw, bro. Poor Ripsaw, yeah. Yeah, she's. I mean, like I said, there's always the run body, which you saw, and then there's the show body. You know, and if you could see this through the light, there is like a layer of dust on this thing. It just goes to show you that I haven't been in the hobby room, you know, in a minute. Tap Money, thanks for the shout out. No problem, bro. What do you think of the track? What do you think Traxxas never upgraded their RCs in a few years, ever fixing the problems like the complaints except for the X-MAXX? Well, Traxxas has addressed a lot of issues that they've had throughout the years. Issue number one, they did upgrade their motors and ESCs. Okay, instead of a two pole motor, you got a 4-pole motor. They also upgraded their ESCs to where you see the caps that are on them. They also upgraded their connections on how they charge their batteries. They also started doing a little bit of tweaks here and there with their RCs. That being said, can there be more done? Me personally, there are things that I think Traxxas could have done to where the one thing that bothered me, the Slash Ultimate. Everything is upgraded on the Slash Ultimate, but they still give you plastic hexes, which I thought was crazy. Everything else is aluminum. Why wouldn't they give you aluminum hexes? It's standard on their upgrade scenario. Everything else in the Ultimate is upgraded, from the sway bar kit to everything. Everything is, you know, like a bloom aluminum and everything like that. The steering knuckles and everything like that. I was shocked that they didn't put, you know, aluminum hexes on there. But they have addressed a lot of issues. You know, they have addressed many issues that initially came out. I mean, look at the servos. The servos, usually like the 2075, are all plastic internal components. They are putting metal components in there, which is the 2075X. So they are addressing a lot of things that are out there, you know, with their RCs. The reason being is that you have a lot of other companies out there that are doing a lot of competition. Now, hypothetically speaking, you have HPI, allegedly, from what I understand, HPI and Axial, their parts were built from the same company, and for some time they could not produce whatever aftermarket parts that you had. That's why you didn't really see that many aftermarket stuff or RCs that would be being pulled out, you know, available for the public to buy. But now they're back up in production and everything like that. But that being said, during that time of flux between those two companies, who came in the picture? Arma. Arma came in and started coming across and, you know, building exceptional RCs at a lower price point. Like I said, they're having legalities, allegedly, with that. But, you know, we'll see what initially transpires with the next couple of years and stuff like that. Just to give you a heads up, a few RC companies like Tower and everything like that, Great Plains, they're not able to sell Traxxas vehicles at this point because of this, allegedly. So, let me see. Traxxas RC Power. Will you send me a picture? Wait, I will send you a picture of my build of my Rustler. Yeah, definitely send me a picture, man. I appreciate that. Do you recommend me buying a Slash Ultimate? And is the spur gear aluminum? The spur gear is not aluminum. It is plastic, but they do give you a sealed, I think it's the sealed diff gear that they have on there, which I put on mine. if you do change out, you still want to go Robinson Racing for your gears for that. There are a lot of things that I can recommend for you to get for the Slash Ultimate, but that's preferably something that I will tell you to get, you know, for your RC itself, because, you know, even though Traxxas gives you the whole kit and caboodle with that, you know, you definitely want to do more and more upgrades, because that's what the hobby's about. You want to upgrade your vehicles. Let me see. My poor Slash has seen better days. All right. Oof. All right. So here's my Slash. Everything is fully upgraded on this. RPM, red parts, still the same shocks. Proline, this is the LCG, my Dusty Motors shroud. If you ever get the opportunity to buy Dusty Motors, buy them. It keeps all the dust out. So I took out the Mamba Monster system in this unit. I got the Techno RC center drive shaft. I got the Traxxas Velocity drive shafts on this. Everything is aluminum. Like I said, the sway bar kit, RC screw kit. But I am putting back a motor and ESC. As you can see, it's, well, I don't even think you can see it. Let me open it up. I do not have a motor or ESC in this RC. So what is Gio going to do? Gio is going to come across and buy a brand new motor and ESC. And I think at this point, I will purchase the Mamba Monster X for my Slash 4x4. And if you ever get the opportunity to purchase that, that's something that I recommend for you to do. Okay, where are we at? Let me see. If I had a Rushler, which I really want to rebuild, I lost my rear end and couldn't find it. Expensive rebuild. It's not too expensive. I mean, it all depends. Everything could be expensive depending upon the components that you're buying for it. Warhawk Legend 69. Like the look in the Slash restoration vehicle. Turned out nice. Yeah, the restoration. Hopefully you'll be able to check out that restoration video with the Slash LCG 2-wheel drive. That restoration, oh my God, I suffered, man. I should have a tetanus shot, you know, with that. Bradley Anderson, what's going on? I should have had a tetanus shot when I got that. So, somebody wanted to talk about this guy. And what's ever going to happen to him? I don't know. We'll see what happens with him. Let me get something straight. This car, I've driven it in the snow twice. The problem with this car, in the snow, these paddle tires are not what I need. I think what I'm going to go is, I'm going to go with Traxxas. I'm going to go with their bigger paddle tires that are coming in for the Stampede. Make them bigger so they can eat up the snow more, because this does pick it up, but if the snow is too thick, now on the sand, this is an animal, but if the snow picks this up, it just doesn't catch the way it should. And also, I've learned by having these, I need a better servo. So on the future upgrade that I'm going to be doing on the Bandit, I have to come across I'm going to get steel drive shafts. Possibly going to go with the MIPs, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to stay with the Traxxas Velocities. And also, I'm going to anodize these. They're going to be red. Either I'll buy them or whatever. And then also, the new servo is going to come in. I'm probably going to have to get an external BEC depending on the type of the servo I'm going to get. It's definitely going to be waterproof. And then once I do that, then I should be able to do a lot of cool snow videos for this season. Okay, where are we at? Like the look of your Slash. Okay, restoration. Bradley said, what's up? East RC Hampton said, Robert, what's going on? Let me see. It would be cool if the Bandit would work on water. You could take it to the lake. You know what? This would work on water. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen videos of the 4x4s going on water. I've seen the Rustler do water, and that's the same type of setup, but I think with the weight of the skis now, it might sink, you know, with that. But I've seen a Rustler go across the lake. So if the 4x4s are able to do it, I'm pretty sure if the Rustler did it, the Bandit could do that. But like I said, the skis with the front might be a little bit too heavy. Might be. I'm not too sure. All right, where are we at? My X-MAXX 8S is ready for the snow. Laughing out loud. Do you still have deadlock? Yeah, I just had yeah, I just had him out there. He was just here 2 seconds ago. Oh, talking about that. At the bottom, if you ever get to go to my YouTube about me part, there are a few RCs that are not named. There are that. Let's see, you beat up the X-MAXX. Oh man. Okay, I'll show you what it looks like. This poor fucking thing. Hold on. Well, as you guys all may know, this truck, if you own it, you know it's heavy. It's very heavy. Okay. The poor, abused X-MAXX. Alright. So if you're looking at it closely, I broke the front shock. The front shocks broke. The hub carriers broke. All these wheels, all the nuts for the rim are all rusted out. It is wrecked. You know, a lot of people talk a lot of smack that my RC is not being driven. You know, it's wow. This is kind of weird. I didn't even notice this. It seems like I pulled out, which is over here. There you go. Seems like this was pulled out. Let me see. This is negative. Something's negative. Okay, this is negative. That's negative. This is positive. Okay. Hopefully I figure this out. Alright, there goes the negative. There goes. Must have been when I crashed. Oh snap! I think I cracked. Okay, here we go. All right, push you in. Doesn't look like you're gonna go all the way in. I might have to finagle this very soon. It's not going all the way in. Nah, we'll figure it out. We always do, right? That's that end of the thing. So there are things that have to be repaired on this. There's a lot of beat up parts on my X-MAXX as of right now. This is an 8S system with the 1600 kV motor. The cool thing about it is that the 1600 kV motor is faster than the 1200 kV motor, but the only issue with that is it does run a little bit hotter. So there are the pros and cons of having one or the other. So the X-MAXX does have to get repaired. Oh, and the poor bumper got broken as well. So I have to contact T-Bone Racing and get that stuff done. When I got those tires right away, I put the stainless steel screws. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna take this to the beach and camping when I did. And as you can see, if you look a little closer, all the stuff that's broke right there. So a lot of people give me a lot of things that my RCs don't get run. I run them, but like I said, you saw the blue body earlier. That's the bash body. You see the orange body, that's the show body. So, and there's a lot of other bodies that are available. If I had, let me see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have 18 clear bodies that I have not painted yet. So, I mean, I have a lot of stuff ahead of me. Let me see. Come on, Marco Polo. Poor X-MAXX. Well, damn. When will you purchase the Xbox One? Next month? No. That's more than the Driven did. Okay, then. Okay, come on, Gio. Really? It looks sad now. Of course it looks sad. Sometimes I mean, look. If you compare that to what's an RC that's sometimes driven, like this one. I rarely ever fucking drive this thing. The first time I drove it, what a horrendous crash, and it cost a lot of money to freaking drive this thing, you know, again. So, and I do have, here we go. Let's see if I can get to this. I don't think I can, it's too far. Yeah, I have the run body, which is there, and then I have the show body. And I know guys are gonna make comments that Trax just released a brand new body for this thing. This is more of a showpiece than anything like that. I mean, I wanted to do something with it, but you know, a lot of companies have abandoned upgrading this type of funny car and stuff like that, you know. So what can you do, right? What can you do with that type of scenario? Let me see, where are we at? Inverse on for Flex 20S and servos axial diff, yeah. See, Lewis, when I got those tires right away, I put stainless steel screws, yeah. Let me see, I have all my suspension from HR, then I have time to put them on. Yeah, I got the suspension from HR, I just haven't put them on yet. I got parts out here that I have yet to put on my RCs yet. Yet to put it on. I mean, look, I just got brand new MIP tools, you know, because I'm sick and tired of utilizing the other stuff. So, you know, stuff that you got to do. Are you able to get your hands on a Nintendo? On a Nintendo, that is a weird question. That is a very, very weird question. But let's see if I have the answer to that. Okay. I'm not too sure if this is what you're looking for. Over here. I have too many hobbies, man. Made for fun and things. Well, look. My loving brother picked one up for me. And I have yet to open this. This thing has not been opened. He picked it up for me day one. And he picked this up for me, and he has the other things that we always try to outdo each other, and he was a jerk for buying me this, but I love him a lot. So so like I said, I have all game systems and stuff like that. So I'll leave you up here. I figured you got it. Dude, you wouldn't believe half the things I got, man. I have all the gaming systems out there. I have a 70-inch Sony 4K TV, which plus I bought the new 4K player. I think I got it for like, it was $300. I got it for $250. The Sony 4K TV had to be at least $4,000 for that. Had to be. Yeah, I think so. But I'm into the AV thing, so you know, love doing stuff like that. Okay, Lewis. Well, let me see. Lewis LPG. When you have the chance, check out my video, the X-MAXX Proline Tires video install. You can see it's coming out of. Lewis, do me a favor. When this video is over, send me a link on the comment section below so I could just easily. Now, if you guys want me to check out your videos, just put a link on the comment section below so I could just easily click on it, and it'll definitely help me out. Check out your channel. I camped out for a bit at Best Buy. Nah, my brother got So a funny story with this Nintendo Classic. Okay, he calls me up and he's like, yo, you gotta come to Brooklyn, man. I'm like, what's up, Divine? And I'm like, you gotta come to Brooklyn. I was like, look, I got you the Nintendo Classic, the Super Nintendo. Now I have the other one too, the what is it? Not the Super NES, but the regular NES. And he got me that too. And he was like, yo, you gotta come with me to go pick it up. And I'm like, why gotta come with you to pick it up? He's like, yo, Best Buy gives clear bags, and I'm in the hood, so I have 3 of these things in my freaking possession. I'm like, okay, I'll take a drive out there and stuff like that. So, so that was pretty much it. You know, I thought it was a funny story. So, where am I at? What's going to be happening for the contest? So if you guys have not seen it before, the contest is going to be happening, and that's going to be the Halloween contest. Dress up or paint your RC, definitely Halloween style fashion. I'm going to do a whole bunch of videos, like a video montage of your RCs, and whichever RC gets the most votes, I'm going to give them a set of brand new BSR 1/8 scale foam tires. So that'll be something cool for you guys to have. Send your pictures to geostealthR1@yahoo.com. Also, there's a lot of contents that I do off the RC community of YouTube. Check me out on Instagram. That'll be something that you can get going. And yeah, and Google Plus. I'm on Google Plus as well, geostealthR1. Hopefully, a lot of the information that I give you guys is informative. If there's ever any questions you guys have, just reach out to me. I'll be able to assist you with that, and we'll definitely keep this RC game going. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. If you like the content that I'm giving you, give me a thumbs up. If you're waiting for me to do these type of videos that just pop up out of nowhere, then hit the notification button so you're able to be able to put on point with a lot of things that are happening out there. And that being said, I'm going to be talking about 2 other giveaways that are going to be happening for Christmas, which you guys will be seeing and be a little bit more privy of. If you like this content, also share it, wherever you can and stuff like that, because the better, I get more views and subscribers, the more stuff that I can bring out and be able to acquire and show you guys and all that other good stuff. And whatever situations that you have with your RC, or you want me to check out your RC, leave a comment below with a link, and I'll be able to see what's going on, and I'll definitely comment on your channel. So, like I said, once again, hopefully this video is informative. Rate, comment, subscribe, and tell my fellas up in YouTube. Later.